Have you ever wondered why a small coffee can cost $5? You might think it's expensive, but what if I told you the coffee shop used to sell it for $8? Suddenly $5 seems like a bargain. This, my friend, is the power of price anchoring. The first price you see, the $8, sets an anchor in your mind. It influences how you perceive the value of this coffee, even though it's no longer the actual price. This simple psychological trick is used everywhere, from coffee shops to car dealerships and... Price anchoring is a cognitive bias that affects how we judge the value of products and services. It happens when we are exposed to an initial price, the anchor, which then influences our willingness to pay for that item or similar items. The anchor doesn't even have to be a real price. It could be a suggested retail price, a limited time discount, or even a random number. Our brains latch onto this initial information, using it as a reference point for all subsequent price judgments. Several psychological mechanisms are at play here. One is the anchoring and adjustment heuristic. This mental shortcut helps us make quick decisions by starting with an anchor and then adjusting from there. However, we often adjust insufficiently, remaining too close to the initial anchor. Another mechanism is the framing effect. The way information is presented or framed significantly influences our choices. A higher anchor makes the lower price seem like a good deal, even if it's still more than we would normally pay. Finally, price anchoring taps into our emotions. A high anchor can create a sense of urgency or fear of missing out, leading us to make impulsive purchases. Section 4. Anchors in the wild, real-world examples. Price anchoring is everywhere. Retailers use it to influence our purchasing decisions in countless ways. Have you ever noticed how stores often place expensive items next to cheaper ones? This is no accident. The high price of the first item anchors your perception, making the second item seem more affordable. Another common tactic is using was-now pricing. Seeing the original price, even if it was never a real option, makes the sale price seem like a steal. Online retailers frequently use this technique, showing you how much you're saving compared to the original price. Section 5. Masters of anchoring companies using the technique. Many companies, big and small, use price anchoring to their advantage. Luxury brands, for example, often set high anchors to create an aura of exclusivity and desirability. Subscription services use anchoring by offering different tiers with varying features. The most expensive tier, even if it's overpriced, makes the other tiers seem more reasonable. Even real estate agents use anchoring by showing you overpriced properties first, making the one they want to sell seem like a bargain. Section 6. The illusion of value, how anchoring skews perception. The danger of price anchoring is that it creates an illusion of value. We start judging prices relative to the anchor, rather than the actual worth of the product or service. This can lead us to overpay for things we don't need or value. Moreover, constant exposure to high anchors can shift our internal reference points, making us less sensitive to high prices in the long run. This is particularly concerning for consumers bombarded with advertising and marketing messages. Section 7. Avoiding the anchor. Tips for savvy consumers. So, how can we avoid falling prey to price anchoring? Awareness is key. Once you understand how anchoring works, you can start recognizing it in your daily life. Do your research. Before making a purchase, especially a significant one, research the product or service thoroughly. Compare prices from different retailers and look for independent reviews. Ignore the anchor. Try to ignore the initial price you see. Instead, focus on the product's features, benefits, and your own needs. Ask yourself, would I pay this price if I didn't know the original price? Be patient. Don't rush into making a purchase. Take your time, consider your options, and avoid impulse buys driven by a sense of urgency. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding price anchoring and employing these strategies, you can make more informed and rational purchasing decisions.